How you doing, everyone? Welcome to this video where I'm doing an ambient light install on this Citroen DS3, if I remember correctly. So this car is actually in for a fiber optic light setup install. So it's going for, I don't know if I should call it the older tech, but the different tech for the LED lighting. The reason why we're going for that is actually because of the way this car's dashboard is. To get a nice flowing light going across it all and stuff, it'd be better to go through it at the moment with the fiber optic. It could easily be done with the LED Symphony kits as well, or just the bead kits, but at the moment, with the budget that we wanted to spend on this car, the fiber optic is the best way forward. So that's what we're gonna basically look at doing. The way I'm gonna go ahead with this at the moment first is looking at taking apart the doors, and then along with that taking apart the dash. We're not doing the rear of the car. The rear is going to stay as it is. So footwells, doors, dash, and that's it. So next up, I'm actually going to be looking at dismantling the car, getting it all apart, and then picking up from there on how I've gone about everything. So I'm going to do one side first with the door, then the other, and then kind of work my way into it all. So everyone, here is where the car is at the moment. What I've basically done is just removed this door and got some of the center console all taken out, as well as pulled off these side pieces. The door removal, it's pretty easy, pretty simple. Basically, you've got these T20 screws, 1, 2 on the sides, 2 at the bottom, and 1 just in here under this like plastic grommet. Okay, once you've got that all off, you'll be able to pop everything forward and take it all off. That's fine. These side pieces, they just pop off. The center console, it's a little bit different. It's not the hardest thing to remove. Basically, you've got to take off the armrest, which is held in by 3 10mm screws. So you got 1 at the back and 2 at the front here. To get access to that, you just basically, everything is pretty much clipped on at the moment. So this is like the surround for the gear shift lever and stuff. But yeah, you can pull them all off. This pops forward, so it's just held in by clips again. So you can just pull this forward. You do need to, if you got an automatic like this car is, you do need to pull the gear shifter lever backwards a little bit, so that does mean turn the ignition on for a little moment, but you'll be able to slide that all off. And then to take off this guy, you've got 2 more 12mm bolts that basically just sit there and there. You take the 2 12mm off. Oh, you've got 2 T20 Torx bits on each side, but then yeah, that will allow you to move everything backwards and forwards. From that point, I've basically got access to the wiring for the cigarette lighter, which is just over here. Red, I'm pretty sure, is going to be live, and the yellow and green is earth, but I'm just going to double check that. So yeah, the red is the live and the green and yellow is the earth. Now what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to put all the wiring in place for this ambient lighting kit. Now the kit that I'm using today is a little bit of a different one than I normally use, but again, it's all about fitting into budgets and stuff like that, and also matching the car. You could bring a live and earth into each one of the doors to go for the wireless module kit, but we're not going to go ahead with that. We've got one of these wired kits here. This kit will allow you to basically have just a 1 point of live and earth, which is going to be the cigarette lighter here, and then that will power up every one of the lights. So we're going to have 1 light coming to the door, 2 for the dash, 2 for the center console, and 1 light for the other door, and then the 4 footwell lights. That's what I'm going to look at doing now. I'm going to look at installing that all. I'll take the other door off, route all the wiring into all the places, and I'll catch up with you all shortly to discuss how I've routed all the wires, because that's obviously the next kind of more challenging bit that I need to figure out and spend some time with. So everyone, as you can see, that panel has actually been taken off as well. Again, it's just clipped on, so you just got to grab it from underneath and pull it forward. You've got these 2 connectors here as well. Now what I've done here is this fiber optic strip has been sent down through to the bottom area here. That's going to allow me to connect it up to the wiring box, which is going to be right underneath here. How I've done that is I fed the extra long cable tie that I have here. That's gone all the way down through to the sides. I'm just going to basically grab the end of this with some tape, just wrap it around and take it all the way down. I've made sure it's long enough so that it will go all the way around the centerpiece, which will look super nice and clean. With the routing of the lights, got one that's going to come up underneath the dash and back into the center. Second one is going to go again underneath the dash, over, underneath the dash, over, underneath the dash, over, and it's just these two. They're going to basically sit inside of the dash underneath this part here. It's just going to literally be underneath there, and or might be brought underneath here, where I'm gonna route all the wiring and all the fiber optic and all the LED bead wires too. Sounds a little bit confusing, but if you are doing this, it will make a lot more sense. But yeah, I'm gonna just do all of that up now and then be able to look at putting it all back together bit by bit. So everyone, I wanted to give you a quick little update kind of in regards to this panel. So how I'm achieving this strip line to come across and through is to tuck it underneath and basically have the fiber optic light being bed through from there. But how do I achieve that? So right here is the door card. It has had this trim piece removed. There is literally one screw that goes in just here. There is another one there, but you just need to remove this one. Undo these clips with a set of pliers and you'll basically be able to pop that piece out. Now what I'm going to do here is just a little bit of this trim I'm going to snip away and then drill a hole into here. That's going to allow me to put the fiber optic tube all the way through and then connect it up with the LED part. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing now. Once I've got that door done, this door's already done as well. I'm just going to tidy up the center console area, put the footwells in as well, and then basically I'm done with the install. So I'm super excited to actually see how this looks. I think the dashboard setup is going to look really nice, so can't wait. And that is it, everyone. The car is all buttoned up, finished, looking pretty much like factory. So this panel is a bit awkward to put back in place because you got the seats and the seat belts and stuff like that kind of stopping you, but once it's in, everything looks good. You can literally hardly see where the ambient light strip is, but obviously that all changes once the lights are on. The big difference here is a lot of the times on my channel now you would see the LED bead kit being installed. So whereas that would have been possible on this car, you will need to factor in a couple of things. One of those things is the strip going across the dash. There's none of the LED bead kits that are that long, so you'd have to probably shorten it to just that section there or work around something like that. And do the centerpiece, you know, you won't be able to get all of that curvature, so probably just do one strip there and one strip on the other side. The doors will be fine, but the issue with the doors is the fact that you would basically need to take a live and earth into the doors. This kit does have a wire going from inside the car over to the door. It's not really an issue, but with that being said, the car does look really good. That wire, you're not going to notice it unless I point it out to you. Anyone who owns the car or drives with the car, you're never going to really notice it. So now the car is all complete. I can show you all what the car looks like with the lights all off. So let's turn these lights off and turn the car on. Voila, that is how the ambient lighting looks. The only awkward thing that I had to kind of deal with was the front driver's footwell light does have to kind of be a little bit higher up than I normally have it, purely because the fabric underneath it, it's not grabbing a hold of the light and stuff, so that's a bit awkward. But you can see just how this looks. The doors look super clean. And you can obviously change the lighting to lots of different colors, as you all can see now. Everything changes really nicely. I think on this car the blue actually suits it quite nicely, but you know, you can set it up to whichever color you like. It looks really nice. Almost gives you a borderline Mercedes kind of vibe with the long strip going all the way across and over the speedo. Then obviously you've got the phone app to control all the colors as well. It does come with a remote, but I always prefer using the phone app. It just works really nice and seamlessly. But right, everyone, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you all for watching. If you found the video entertaining or informative or helpful in any shape or form, please give it a thumbs up. It obviously helps me out massively with the algorithm. If there's anything in particular you wanted to know about the car, then just hit me up on Instagram, or again, leave it in the comments. Someone else might even get in touch with you and fill you in. It's a nice little car, and I've definitely enjoyed working on it. It's held in mostly by clips with a few screws here and there, but nothing you can't just deal with. If you want to look at tackling this yourself, the exact kit will be in the description down below. But again, if you've enjoyed this, please consider subscribing to the channel to see more content like this and all the other car work that I end up doing. But for now, everyone, I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.